Shalom, seekers of the truth and life. It's your brother, Nana Abrah Danso, and I've just got one question for you. Have you ever carried way too much, like a load, responsibility, a burden, and you were so certain you could make it through to your destination, only to find out halfway that you were not ready to do so? That's me. I can relate to that. I don't know about you. I can relate to that. So many times I have found myself in that situation, from the car to the kitchen, but I'm carrying way too much. I get to the kitchen door and I can't even open the door. Well, that's me more times than I can count. And honestly, that is life. We live in a culture where we celebrate hustle, I can do it all, toughness. But Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 2 reminds us a time to be born and a time to die. Let me paraphrase it. It means you and me, we are not invincible. Here's a twist: weakness isn't a curse, weakness is an invitation to strength, God's strength. And so there is no need to shy away from your weakness. That weakness that when you lie on your bed to sleep at night, in spite of all the feats you were able to achieve during the day in the limelight on your bed, that weakness comes standing up all in your face, and you don't know what to do, and you are tempted to hide it. Weakness isn't a curse, it is an invitation to God's strength. This Sunday, I am diving right into the illusion of strength. We are going to talk about why hiding your weakness is actually robbing you of God's power. We are going to talk about how vulnerability opens doors for God's supernatural strength to come through for you. We are also going to unravel what it means to stop pretending, to be still, and embrace the dust that God breathed into at creation. Because seekers of the truth and life, we are but dust. We are not still. And so, although we find ourselves in a culture that celebrates toughness, I can do it all, man power, I can do it all, woman power, let's embrace the dust that God breathed into. I'll share real life stories, biblical truth, and practical wisdom for those moments when you are done pretending to be the macho, the all strong man, to be that woman that can get everything that she wants with no weakness, polishing up like there's no flaw, there's no weakness. I'm going to share those biblical truths and real life stories for those moments when you are done pretending. This Sunday on the Seekers Frequency Live, it is not just going to be another talk, it is going to be a reset for your soul. Remember this: weakness is not something to be ashamed of. Seekers of the truth and life, your weakness is not your shame. Your weakness is God's stage. Each and every one of us, our weaknesses are stages for God to shine through and come through for us. And so, if This is what weakness is. And Apostle Paul recognized this when he said, I had a thorn in my flesh. I asked God to remove it. But no, he said, my grace is sufficient for you. And so, seekers of the truth and life, our weaknesses, wherever your weakness is in your emotional life, that anxiety, that fear in your mental life, that disturbance that every now and then visits you and you are left vulnerable and you do not know what to do. Sometimes our weakness is physical, a disability, and it makes us feel inadequate. Seekers of the truth and life, that weakness is a stage for God Himself to come and do wonders, miracles, signs with your life if you will allow Him. I am so fired up about Sunday's Seekers Frequency Life because no matter your weakness, there is no need to cover it up. No matter your weakness, don't ever let it cross your mind that it is a curse. Don't let it cross your mind because this is a stage for God to make your life meaningful. This Sunday, meet me on the Seekers Frequency Live at 9 o'clock local time or 21 o'clock GMT. We are going to talk about the illusion of strength, how to set aside this culture's fake facade of strength, of us not needing anyone, not even God. Someone can say, I will do this. Even God cannot stop me. Obviously, this is someone who has ignored their weakness as a human being to the point where when they want to do something they know in their heart is wrong, this thought can literally come out from their mouth. Seekers of the truth and life, this Sunday, we are going to learn how to gain real strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength, the Bible says. Real strength that is going to enable you to do things under normal circumstances you are not able to do. The Bible says the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. I want you to see this as a human muscle. Scientifically, you can determine or calculate what a pivot, depending on the strength of the pivot, the load that can be carried. The peace of God is that kind of mechanism, phenomena that surpasses understanding in a way that for this muscle, this is what it can carry. It can carry more payload than this. And then the peace of God comes over, and then you are carrying loads way above. That is the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. That load could be emotional, stress, worry, anxiety, despair, discouragement. The Bible says when Jesus Christ was in the wilderness praying with his disciples, preparing for the crucifixion, his soul was heavy. He took the peace of God that surpasses all understanding for him to go through that. This Sunday, we are going to learn how to face our weaknesses and surrender it to God. Because the truth is, real strength isn't machoism. Real strength is surrender. Real strength is giving up everything, putting it in front of God, and letting the strength of God take care and take you to places you never thought you could. And so, if you are ready, seekers of the truth and life, let's meet on Sunday at 9 o'clock. God richly bless you and shalom.